Hey there YouTube, this is Mr. Budget coming with a new Dragon Empire deck profile. So, I did mention this in my last video that I will be doing a Dragon Empire deck profile. I don't dabble too much into this nation, but I do have the one or two decks of this nation. Today I'll be focusing on Wirbel Dragon, Hellfire Dragon, Wirbel Dragon. So this is from Dare Days 2 or Dare Days 1, I'm not really sure. Only played it one time. Waste of $70 in my opinion. But I did like the dragon, its aspect, and it does hark back to original Dragon Empire Kagero. I believe this is the predecessor to Vortex Dragon. But we're gonna go right into it, and as always, like, subscribe, push the video as much as possible, get the channel name out there as much as possible. The more subscribers we have, the more viewers we have, the better things we can do in the future. Until then, sorry for the gratiness of this video. I'm in a different location than my normal office, but without further ado, we will trudge on and get this deck profile out to you. Of course, we're playing one copy of Wirbel Dragon. For those who don't know what the card does, it has the ability during the main phase, you may energy charge 3. Immediately plus 3 energy by itself without doing anything. So every turn you will be plusing 6 energy. It has the additional effect of you may EB3, retire an opponent's rearguard. If you do not, it gains 5,000 power. You may do that as many times as you physically can. Excuse me. So there is no limit to how much energy blasting 3 you can do. As long as you're able to keep refilling it with other card skills, you can keep energy blasting 3 to retire. Once your opponent has no more rearguards, it will just start stacking power. Then it has the other ability, once per turn, at the end of the battle that it attacks, you may counter blast 1, restand this unit, drive -2, but then you have the opportunity to soul blast a copy of yourself out of the soul to get +1 drive. Now you may be wondering how you're going to do that on your first grade 3 turn. I kind of solved that issue, quote unquote, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Next, we're going to play we're going to show the grade 2 of the ride line. Simple ability is that when your Wirbel Dragon rides on top of him, the counter blast skill to restand is reduced by 1 for the turn. This is very similar to Luhan's grade 2 ride line. Again, I think a lot of those cards during that time just had the ability to reduce the counter blast of your Vanguard, just because they couldn't figure out anything else to do with the Vanguard. Now, what they could have done, in my opinion, is have this grade 2 be able to play into the effect of your Wirbel Dragon, meaning when your Wirbel Dragon rides on top of it, you could pay the cost of an Energy Blast 3, which to search your deck for a copy of your current Vanguard, and then throw it into the soul. So immediately allowing you to plus for your Wirbel Dragon turn instead of having it to be a blank. I believe that's what they should have done, but I'm neither here nor there. Next, we're going to play one copy of the grade 1 of the ride line. This has the ability when the grade 2 rides on top of it, you may EB3, draw 1 card, and give the Vanguard plus 5,000 power. So again, this plays into that type of deck construction back in that era where a lot of the grade 1s were just giving the grade 2s 5,000 power, making them 15k hitters. The benefit is this: you get to draw an additional card. So you kind of replace the card you discard for when you're riding up. Next, you can play any grade 0 of the Dragon Empire for the ride line. This one just came with this deck, so that's why I play it. Okay, that's the ride line. We're going to jump right into the main phase. I mean, not main phase, main portion of the deck. We played 3 additional copies of Wirbel Dragon because, again, Persona riding is a thing, but the real reason why we're running more copies is because we need a copy of him in the soul to fully get all of his ability. So we're just running 3. Next, we're going to go right into the grade 2s. We're playing 3 copies of Drag Raider Saquid. Saquid has the ability that on place during grade 2 turn or higher, you may reveal a Wirbel Dragon in your ride line, or if your Vanguard is Wirbel Dragon, counterblast 1, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose a grade 3 or less card, reveal it, and you may call that unit. If you do so, he gets plus 5,000 power. So this just allows you to dig through your deck for your pieces. He has the other additional ability that if you EB6 this turn, which means if you use your Vanguard skill twice at the end of the turn, you may retire this unit, add an energy charge 3, or choose a card from your drop zone and put it into your soul. This card was made to put Wirbel Dragon into soul to charge that bullet for next turn. In my opinion, it should have been at the end of his battle. That way your Vanguard had the ability to use its skill immediately. which means this card would have had to be the first swing. I get it, but I would sacrifice power and threshold to make sure that my Vanguard's ability was active on full turn. So I would rather go 1, 2, 3 instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think that's where they kind of mess up on this card. It should have been at the end of the battle that you tuck the card or energy charge 3, just so it's ready during that turn, so it wouldn't have to be a turn later. Next, we're playing 4 copies of the original Grade 3 that came with Wirbel Dragon. This is Drag Ritter Basahad. Basahad has the ability that when he's played from anywhere, you may counterblast 1, retire one of your opponent's rear guards. If you do not retire, you may draw 1 card. But his real benefit is that every time you use the Vanguard skill to retire a unit, even if you don't retire anything, he gets 5,000 power. So in retrospect, if you use it 3 to 4 times, he's a 25 to a 30k beater just by himself. Next, we're playing 4 copies of the promo for Wirbel Dragon. Excuse these cards, these are just stand-ins for this card. We're playing 4 copies of Drag Ritter Nihilid. Nihilid has the ability that on rearguard or drop zone, if you have not bound this card, you may bind it and give your Vanguard the red text skill that whenever it attacks, your front row receives 5,000 power. So in retrospect, you're going to give your front row 10,000 power. So on Persona Ride, your front row will be swinging for 20,000 when the Vanguard is done attacking. It has the other ability that if you have Vanguard as Wirbel Dragon, this unit gets the ability to boost. If I'm not mistaken, yep, it just gains when this unit attacks all your front row riggers. That's the Vanguard skill. If you have a Grade 3 Vanguard Wirbel Dragon, gets the ability to boost. So it's just a 10k booster, similar to this card here. That's why I'm using it as a stand-in. But the beneficial part is it is a walking drag resonance. It's a searchable drag resonance in your deck from Stockweed. So you can hit this, have it sit in the back row, and then when you're ready to go for it, bind it 10k power to your front row, technically speaking. There's 4 of them in here, so you don't have to play Dragon Resonance anymore. It opens up room for other orders like Best Harvest, or the order that's I'm about to show you right now. So we played 4 copies of. Again, I don't own the other 3; these are just placeholders. We're playing 4 copies of Blazing Warcry. This is the new Cody Blaze order that came out recently. This card is a free agent. It works in this deck as well. So I'll read for you what it does. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Shoot up the 1 card from among them and reveal it, and then perform one of the following. Put the reveal card into your soul and shuffle your deck. If the reveal card has the same card name as your Vanguard, you may put it into your hand. So Persona Riding and things of that nature. Third effect. If your rearguard or soul has a Grade 3 or less card with the same card name as the reveal card, you may call it. So this allows you to either A, put a Wirbel Dragon into your soul, B, get a Wirbel Dragon for next ride, or C, if you have a rearguard or something, you have a copy of it in soul or on rearguard to call it to rearguard. So this does 3 different things that benefit the deck in total. But the most thing you want to do during your Grade 2 turn is play this card. Check top 7 for a Wirbel Dragon. Throw it into your soul. That way when you go to your Grade 3 turn, you have full access to all of your cards' abilities turn 3. Not turn 4 or further, turn 3. So this card is very beneficial to this deck. Those are all of the Grade 2s we're playing. If you guys want to see a fight video with this deck in the future, please let me know in the comments down below. I will be more than happy to reveal how this deck turns out, how the gameplay of this deck prospers or de-prospers in a real fight. Again, do look forward to local fights coming up soon. Just kind of work out the kinks of that. Going into the Grade 1s, we played 4 copies of our Mass Bullet of Duststorm Irvis. Irvis has the ability, if you have a Grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Wirbel Dragon's card name, you get the following. When this unit is placed from hand, energy charge 3, and you may not use the ability of your energy generated for the rest of the turn. So what this states is when you play it from hand, you will charge 3 energy, but you are locked out of the EB7 draw 1 card effect because you need to save those EBs for your Vanguard skill. So this allows you to constantly use the Vanguard skill to retire and gain power more than the recommended time that the Vanguard can do it itself. So these are just extra bullets for your Wirbel Dragon. Next, we're playing 4 copies of Tenchestead. This is a very old card that has the ability that at the end of the battle that the attack it boosted hits, you may retire it, then search your deck for 1 copy of your Vanguard and add it to your hand. Now there is a better version of this card that I do have 3 copies of. I'm waiting to get the 4th copy, but again, that card eats up Counterblast. Your Vanguard needs Counterblast, and your rear guards in the front row need Counterblast. So, and there's no direct counter charger in the deck. That upgraded version of this card is a version of this and Dragon Monk Gojo. Gojo has the ability to counter charge on when hit. It has the ability to search for a grade 3 on hit. You have the ability with the new card to counterblast one to search a copy of your Vanguard or retire it and counter charge one, but you can't use both skills together. That's the issue with that card in this particular deck. So I went with the on-hit ability. Your rear guards are going to get significantly big, so you do have a good chance of getting a hit off with your rear guards to search for a copy of your Vanguard. Next, of course, there are no Dragon Empire decks that are running these days without running Shinri. Shinri is just a part of any pile for Dragon Empire. It's that good of a card. If your opponent has 1 or less rear guards, or you played an order this turn, she gets 5,000 power. At the end of the battle, she goes to soul and draws you a card. So she's just a plus neutral card. But again, digging through your deck is digging through your deck. There's things in Vanguard and Standard that are known as Nation Pile cards. This is the part of Dragon Empire's Nation Pile. No Dragon Empire deck that can player freely. They are playing her and they're not choosing not to play her, if you understand my lingo. She's a card that will be just about in any Dragon Empire deck. Last but not least, we are playing 4 copies of the PG. You may swap this out for a Sanctitude if you want to. If not, it is your decision. But again, 4 PGs are 4 PGs. Okay, those are all of the grade 1s. We're going to jump right into the grade 0s of the deck. We are definitely playing the Dragon Empire Overtrigger. There is really nothing better. Standing a Vanguard, getting more dry checks of that nature, just too good. You could also play the red OT to stand a rear guard, but in this particular deck, none of your rear guards are going to be swinging with a +1 crit on it, so it really doesn't matter. Blue OT gives additional crit, but nothing special. You get a card back from your drop zone. Not really great. Purple and white don't really do much. You already retire a mass number of cards. Will it draw you a bunch of cards? Right, but neither here nor there. White, purple heals you 1. Again, doesn't really benefit you. It does give you another attack, but it doesn't benefit you. And green, you don't really need an extra draw check. Again, if you get the Wirbel Dragon online by turn 3, you really don't care about getting a additional draw check because you'll get it anyway. Then we're playing a total of 7 crit. Again, you want to end the game as fast as possible. Crits matter. You're playing 4 draws. You want to get your pieces online, and in your hand, you want to search for you want to get as many draws as possible to get into your Wirbel Dragon plays as fast as possible. And draws are just the natural way to do it. And 4 hill triggers because we don't want to die. So that's all of the pieces of this deck. I hope you enjoyed. Again, this is a really fun deck. It just needs a little bit more love and attention just to get there. I think Wirbel Dragon has the potential to be a real good meta deck. It does exactly what Dragon Empire decks want to do. Retire, gain power, double Vanguard swing, things like that. It just does all the good Dragon Empire, Kagero feel good stuff. The only problem again I have with the deck is getting that Wirbel Dragon online turn 3 and not having enough cards that draw you a card. Because Wirbel Dragon alone cannot retire the entire board, not unless you have a bunch of items in your hands to keep loading that bullet. So your grade 2 that draws you a card can't naturally draw you a card because it's gonna look for a retirement before it. It's gonna look for a retirement before it gets the chance to draw you a card, unfortunately. But it's a good deck. It's a fun deck. It's a good beginner deck. If you're just getting back into Vanguard, it's a good deck to start off with, especially if you're going to dabble into Dragon Empire. The only card that I would say is expensive is Shenri. Every other card in this deck is very cheap, since no one plays this deck really besides dedicated Dragon Empire players who just like all Dragon Empire decks. But this is a good beginner deck. Good place to start. If you guys like this video, please share it, subscribe to the channel, get the word out about the channel. The more people that we get, the more things that we can do, and the more things that will be showing up on the channel. Again, if you guys have any requests, please leave them in the comments down below, and I will get to them as soon as I possibly can. The last Dark Stakes video was a request from a viewer, not a viewer, but a potential viewer on Facebook looking for a deck recipe, so I kind of steered them this way. But again, if you guys are interested in seeing what you want to see in your concepts, or what I can do with them, please shoot me a line on any comment section of any of my videos, and I always look at them, and I will always get to them. Without further ado, this has been Mr. Budget saying we will see you guys here in the next one. Peace.